I'd rather see people becoming the best humans that have ever lived on this planet at one time and working together, not knowing even if they would make it, but knowing that the laughter of children depended on it, that laughter of children would be never again. And in fact, who can say that it ever existed really? So if you feel like I do, if you would rather write or rather create together with 8 billion others a story that will thrill God herself, well, I mean, won't we be thrilled to never forget how we took the best they had? They misinformed, spent untold huge amounts on those whose souls could be bought. And many there were, to deny, to repress, even when the rest of the world was waking up and looking to us for leadership. And America did not merely back off, but inexplicably turned to throw back at the world a big old middle finger salute, grimacing, then turn and walk away. America, the wealthiest country in the world at that time. Well, at least its rich elite made it so, for its standard of living was getting lower by the year since the institution of the new slogan of democracy in the early 1980s, as remember it, of the people, by the people, to benefit the rich. Well, that left the rest of the world to suffer and meet and discuss. And all the time the world was knowing that they were like employees having a meeting without the boss showing up. No. More like they were like the citizens who lived in a beautiful lake area, which had once been a pristine lake. But now the lake was dead, and there was no fish living. Lots of gooey seaweed, though. And sure, they all contributed something to polluting that lake. They did, but what was going to be done? Having meetings that had no representatives of the lumber milling company that sat on a good stretch of lakeside frontage, and mindlessly had been spewing the most god-awful chemicals into the lake. It was going to be sickening the citizens soon. But this lumber operation also confused any deliberations that might have been fruitful by its habit of tossing around such huge gobs of money at selected groups of citizens. So, that's us. That's us. That's our situation today. The fat bastards. I will be doing what I can to put my energy towards educating about the dangers, trying to help people to understand it's so huge that they are not really believing it, but that it is real. As real as your kid getting killed by suddenly lurching out of your hand to rush into the street just as a car was speeding there. Yeah, we all like to believe things that don't happen until they happen. But there are lots of people now, more than ever, who I think are fed up. I'll be talking about a rise in authenticity, a thirst that people have for the truth after having been waterboarded so many gallons of lies over the years. We want to say, as a solidarity of global citizens, as many as possible, we want to say no to apocalypse. Who knows what magical things we could accomplish, joined in such a way like that, putting all our power together. It's never been done before. However, unfortunately, before you can say no to apocalypse, you have to let yourself know apocalypse. So, I've been writing about things that inform. Not easy stuff. But they get the head put on straight. And on top of the head. Not in the sand or up one's, well, you know, those nether places. And about the things that hold out hope. And the things that inspire. Sting sang, "We could be heroes just for one day." Wow, that just occurred to me. It also occurred to me that it never made any sense to me until just about, like 2 seconds ago. Well, I'm no hero. I'm no hero. I just fucking care. I just really love. I've got an 11-year-old goddaughter. And I don't know how to express how much I love her, except to say that in her presence I feel I'm closer to God than any church that I've ever been to. It's that childlike nearness to divinity, that beauty. I hope she never loses it, but we all seem to, don't we? Anyway, I simply care about people. I don't know about other people, but I can't take in the things that are happening on this planet. A 50% extinction of life forms on this planet within a few decades. Are you thinking, hell, we got way too many species anyway?